Oh, you had to fix some settings or something?
No, the broadcast just ended magically and I had to, like, fix with it.
Ah, gotcha. Oh my god. You're just covered in so much blood. Complete domination. Another my third territory down. Did the Electronics King, Leisure King, and Pleasure King. They keep hinting about someone that's like above the 5 billionaires. Is his name really Jaguar? Wait, oh, you're an advisor. Oh shit. You can actually do everything. -1102. Blocks have ooh, I can more beast style things. New items have been opened in the ability screen. Ooh. Media King. Mystery Man. Who the fuck is this guy? It's just not showing his face. It was an entire cutscene where it just wasn't showing this guy's face. Alright. I'm gonna run back to my little place. I'm just gonna hang out and I can read some more about the vaults after I save.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna farm money for a little bit, at least for like probably the rest of the night. Now that I own all 3 sectors, there won't be any more challenges. I can just put, you know, whoever. I don't have to worry about like battles in that area anymore. That's excuse me. Here we go. Should be ready for collection.
Hey, you don't know me.
Ready for payout. 33 million. 92 million. Nice. 99 million. Nice. Alright, I gotta change the security guy. I guess I don't. Need to upgrade. God, these are slow upgrades. Who do I got for food? Star thing of this guy. That goes right up to fucking B. Goes up to A. stand here for like a couple of minutes. Alright. Where are we at? Vault 75. This vault's purpose was the refinement of human genetics. Excluding vault staff who were isolated from the test subjects, all residents were under the age of 18 at the time of the vault activation. Parents were quietly separated from their children and later executed by vault security. The children were subjugated to various methods of torture and harsh tests by vault staff with the hopes of making them capable of surviving the waste. The experiment went well for several generations, but the archives were destroyed and most, if not all, of the progress made was lost. As of 2287, the vault is occupied by gunners. Is that a fucked up one?
Gunners?
Yeah.
The raiders?
Yeah, gunners are in Fallout 4. They're a special type of raider. Usually more heavily armed and armored. Vault 76. It opened successfully. The vault was designed as a control group, but had a number of unique characteristics. It was exclusively populated by only the best and brightest of America's citizens. It was opened after 25 years to allow its residents to recolonize the surface rather than the 20-year mandated for other control vaults, and its overseer was under secret orders to secure 3 nearby nuclear missile silos for Vault-tec at all costs. The vault itself was also designed to cease functioning and become inhospitable 24 hours after opening to prevent its residents from becoming dependent on it. Vault 76 was unveiled by Vault-tec in 2076 in celebration of the United States tricentenary. That's the one that is in Fallout 76. That's the vault you come out of.
Okay.
Vault 77. A vault jumpsuit bearing its number, along with a descriptive holotape of the suit, are acquirable at Paradise Falls in the Capital Wasteland. That's all we know about it. That's the slaver town. Vault 79. The vault was used to store the gold from America's Fort Knox depository for future use in reconstruction efforts after the Great War. It was constructed in secret in collaboration with the federal government. Soldiers from the U.S. military, such as Oliver Fields, staffed its entrance. In August 2103, a reactor maintenance accident transformed many of the secret staff into ghouls, sending the remaining staff into hiding. Technically still like an active vault. Vault 81. The experiment was scuttled. The vault was dedicated to researching diseases and antibodies with an emphasis on potential mutations and heavy radiation. The vault's residents were isolated from the sealed scientific section of the vault.
Damn, she unloaded on him.
Who?
Sorry. Watching Amata kill the officer, dude. She like unloaded the clip on him.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm
Keep
telling
going,
you, like
sorry.
you never see that unless you give her the gun and you don't save her. You can go in, you can give her the gun, go in and save her, but it's so much funner to see that ending because
Yeah, dude, she unloaded on him.
because people don't normally see it. Like it's such a rare occurrence.
Turn yourself in, young man. You're already in enough trouble as it is. Don't make it worse for yourself.
The vault was not to be evacuated unless by direct order from Vault-tec. Residents were considered expendable, and their incineration through pre-installed flame nozzles was at the discretion of the overseer. Unexpectedly, the original overseer disabled the equipment the scientists were to use to expose the residents to diseases. As of 2287, the vault's residents are alive and well. What's kind of fucked up though is because basically the overseer found out about this experiment where a bunch of scientists were going to be like basically doing experiments on these vault residents by exposing them to diseases, and then the ones that would survive being given these diseases would have antibodies to said diseases. But she actually when the call went out for people to come to the vaults because of the nuclear reactor, she like took a bunch of their names off the list essentially, and like was late in calling them, so that the scientists, only like 3 or 4 of them like made it in time before the vault doors closed, and then she ended up sealing them in their section, and they like starved to death. It's kind of fucked up, but they were gonna do crazy worse shit to the vault dwellers, so I guess the galaxy was coming to him. But Vault 87, a forced evolutionary virus research facility that was also provided with a The residents were exposed to the FEV in locked chambers where scientists would observe their changes. In 2 weeks, the subjects underwent changes that gave birth to the super mutants and centaurs in the capital wasteland. Vault-88. The vault was intended to test various prototype devices with the aim of rolling them out to the rest of the vaults. The vault was never fully constructed. Only the entrance and a few interior rooms were finished before the Great War began. With the assistance of the vault's intended overseer, Valerie Barstow, the sole survivor can build this vault however they like and run various experiments of their choosing on the Dweller. That's actually the DLC for Fallout 4. You get to, participate in these vault experiments. You get to, basically it's your own personal vault. You get to, because you know how there's, the building stuff you can do in Fallout 4 where, you can build settlements and stuff? Basically, you get an underground settlement that's Vault-88. Vault-92. Populated largely by renowned musicians, the vault was a testing bed for a white noise-based system for implanting combat-orientated psychosis suggestions. That's the one I was telling you about, where they had all those musicians in there and they all went fucking crazy and killed each other. Vault-94. The vault was founded on the principles of faith, nonviolence, and communal life in harmony with nature. Residents were not required to belong to a collective faith. Each person was free to walk their own path. Together with an abundance of resources, the goal was to confirm the thesis about the innate goodness of humanity. 1 year after the Great War, the vault reopened and vault ambassadors were sent into Appalachia under the guidance of Pastor Gabriela Savara. Became the victim of an attack by a group of suspicious wastelanders from Harper's Ferry who blew up the vault's deck, creating what became known as the Mire. That's from Fallout 76. Fallout 95. Populated solely with drug addicts. With the exception of a single Vault-tec employee undercover, the vault's residents would elect an overseer regularly and hold therapy sessions as part of a rehabilitation program. The rehabilitation proved to be a success. 5 years after the vault was sealed, a hidden stash of drugs was unlocked by the Vault-tec employee. Within a few days, all of the vault's residents but one fell back into addiction or killed each other. As of 2287, the vault was occupied by the Gunners.
Within a few days?
Yeah. So basically, it was a rehabilitation program because there was no access to drugs. So basically, it made people go clean. So, they made them go to therapy and, had all these regimented scheduled things. So it was successful. But then 5 years after the vault was sealed, basically the undercover guy unlocked a whole bunch of fucking drugs, gave them, to everybody. And then within a few days, all the Vault-tec residents, started doing all the drugs and killing each other and shit. Vault 76. Constructed by Vault-tec as a genetic ark for ecosystem restoration, the vault used an almost inexhaustible number of frozen embryos ready to be artificially gestated to full maturity. It also uses automated keeper robots to protect them when they left the vault. Embryos constituted a carefully chosen, fully compatible ecosystem referred to as a core fauna with enough material for 112 releases. Gotta collect my money. 73. 92. 106. I need to upgrade any of these? What about this? Need to upgrade these though. Food. You're good with food. Shopping. You're good with shopping. Oops, nope, not you. You.
Oh, Amata's gonna be mad at me.
Why? You kill her dad?
He tried to kill me.
You don't have to kill him.
I knocked him out.
Hey, he's not dead though, right?
I punched him.
Yeah, he's fine. I don't think he's dead.
She's still gonna say I killed him.
She might. I know you can resolve that peacefully.
My God, what have you done? You killed him.
Yep, she said that I killed him.
Why did you kill my father?
Oof, you were doing so well.
Get away from me! I can't talk to you right now.
Alright, back to this. Vault 101. The Vault was created to evaluate the performance of an omnipotent dictatorial overseer in a closed community, adopting a policy of isolation. Supplied with equipment that was needed to function for many years, this vault was never intended to open to the outside world. The lone wanderer emerged from here in 2277 in search of their father, James. That's the game you're playing right now. Vault 106.
Yep.
As an experiment, the overseer instructed the vault to be filled with colorless, psychoactive drugs into the air filtration system exactly 10 days after the door was sealed. The drugs caused hallucinations, which led to all the vault residents' insanity. You can find that in Fallout 3. Vault 108. Intended to test conflicts in leadership, the Vault's overseer, Brody Jones, was expected to die of cancer after 40 months. In addition, the Vault had a power supply that was manufactured after 240 months, an insufficient backup, an overstocked armory, and no entertainment tapes. The Vault failed as a result of cloning experiments designed to replicate whole humans, instead creating its only surviving residents, clones of a man named Gary. That's what I was telling you about, where like it was designed to fail, and like they gave them the ability to clone themselves, but there was only one survivor, and it was just Gary. So when you go into the Vault, it's like Gary 11, Gary 22, Gary 31, like, and they all just say Gary?
Wow.
Vault 111.
And they're all... I thought they were killing each other.
Oh yeah, they did kill a bunch of themselves. But like, not all of them. Some of them were just like, you're Gary, I'm Gary, we're Gary. A portion of the occupants were cryogenically frozen, while another portion remained unfrozen. The experiment was to observe the long-term effects of suspended animation on unmore human subjects. However, a revolt led by the security personnel caused the failure of the vault. A mercenary broke into the vault in order to kidnap an infant resident. In the process, he killed all but one of the frozen residents, the sole survivor, who will later emerge from the vault. That's Vault 111. That's the vault you come out of in Fallout 4. Vault 112. All residents were placed in suspended animation and connected to a virtual reality simulator, where they thought they would live a perfect virtual life, indefinitely. Dr. Stanulus Braun held absolute control of the simulation and used it to torture the residents for hundreds of years. Vault 114. Vault was intended to test the stress of living in impoverished, disenfranchised conditions by those previously accustomed to extreme wealth and power. Residents were exclusively politicians and Boston's wealthy elite. With the exception of the overseer, construction was never completed. As of 2287, the vault is occupied by Triggermen, one of the main quest destinations.
Excellent.
Vault 118. The vault was intended to encompass 2 wings under one overseer, each one to house exclusive members of the highest class of society, or the lowest class. The elite residents would be placed socially and legally above the much larger poor population who were kept in uncomfortable quarters. The second wing for the poor residents was never finished, and while the vault was used as a fallout shelter by the elite, the vault experiment never started. The ultra-wealthy implanted their brains into robo-brains to outlast the Great War, leaving the overseer as the only human in the vault who eventually committed suicide. There's a Los Angeles vault that was constructed as a demonstration/proof of concept vault for the United States government. Although fully functional, it was never part of any experiment, and thus its inhabitants survived the Great War unscathed. In 2155, it was taken over as the Unity's headquarters by the Master. It was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. An unfinished vault. There's a construction site in the cave north of Vault 13 and Vault 15. There's a demonstration vault in the mall in Fallout 3. It's construction in the Museum of Technology. There's the Vault-tec Among the Stars. The Vault-tec demonstration vault located in the galactic zone of Nuka World, which is DLC Fallout 4. There's the Vault-tec University training grounds, a simulated vault where people graduate and are certified as overseers to run experiments, you know, and subject thesis papers. So White Spring Congressional Bunker in Appalachia, which is the Fallout 76 game, where U.S. senators and stuff like that were supposed to go, which is an actual thing. The Securitron Vault in the Mojave Wasteland, built by Robert House to protect and conserve its Securitron army. There's a nuclear bunker user technology from Vault-tec under the Nuka world. In the Vault-tec headquarters, a vault door can be seen hanging from the ceiling to the right of the lobby. There's a copy of the Vault 101 door. In the main hall of the Vault-tec University, there is an unnumbered vault door. I think that's all the ones that we know of.
Yeah, I used to always love traveling to the random vaults around here.
Yeah, to figure out what kind of fucked up experiments were going on inside of them.
Yeah. I mean, there's the one with the super mutants. That was an interesting one. Turns out the super mutants was a vault experiment.
Yep, the FEV, Forced Evolutionary Virus. Fun fact, you can actually convince in Fallout 1, there's this guy named the Master, who was one of the people who's living in the vault. He was actually psychic, how he was controlling all of his people. So you can actually convince him, if you do the extra steps, to get proof, because he truly believes that super mutants are basically how humanity is going to survive, like the nuclear holocaust, because they're like superior in strength, they have resistance to radiation, you know, they have all these like benefits. They're like, oh, here's all the good things about them. But then you can actually do experiments on I think it's in Vault City, where you can do tests and find out that all super mutants are sterile, and there's a limited amount of the FEV virus because it was made like pre-war and they don't have the technology to make it anymore.
Okay.
So if you go to him with that knowledge, which you have to get before him, you can convince him without a fight that his plan is doomed to fail. Then like you can blow up the vault without ever having to fight the Master. That's like a really fucking tough fight. That's an interesting tidbit.
In the original Fallouts?
Yep. The OG Fallout, Fallout 1, that's literally just called Fallout, where you're looking for a water chip for your vault. And then when you find the water chip, you go back to your vault and you find out that it was raided by Unity. And all the residents were taken to the Master to get turned into super mutants. And that's why you end up having to go to the Brotherhood of Steel, who help you storm the bunker to blow it up.
Was he a super mutant?
The Master? He was a like blob. He was a bunch of different like people's conscious. Like he was like a bunch of different people all like melded into one person. He was super insane. He was also like directly hooked up into like the computer system of the vault. That's how he was able to like control everything. And actually killing him is what causes all the other super mutants to like scatter. Because they don't have like that tie, that psychic tie anymore.
Okay. Well, thank you for that that lesson on Vault. I appreciate.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting lore out there about Vault-tec, and we've never really gotten a lot of concrete answers. Like, we know why they did certain things, but not really who was running it. Like, basically all of the vaults were designed basically knowing that there was going to be the Great War, and all the vaults were just like, basically they were like, all right, we need to come up with ideas of what experiments we can do in the vault that will help us survive after the Great War. That's why a lot of them were designed to be like, what happens if you put a bunch of people in a vault? Like, will they all go fucking crazy and kill each other? Like, so they did a lot of that shit to like, because every single vault is connected to Vault-tec headquarters. So like they have all the data and shit like that from all the different experiments, just collecting, but we don't ever actually know, like who was in charge or like what they did with that information.
Could you imagine if there's like a giant vault in Vault-tec headquarters, and it's a giant society, and most of them are all scientists and descendants of the original Vault-tec creators, or you know, maybe they're the same people with because of all the weird, you know, pre-war tech that they built.
And maybe they were like, that's what happened to those robo brain people. You take your brain out, you put it in a jar, technically live longer.
Oh my god. You actually opened it.
I've been trying to do all this real estate shit. Now I'm getting
You're
like,
leaving. I guess you were trying to help me, but you didn't have to kill him.
I technically just beat him down.
130 plus
So you
80
say.
plus
Maybe
60.
one day I'll be able to forgive you, but not now. I hope you never have to find out what it's like to see your
You're getting
father
like
killed right in
200
front of you. No,
50,000.
don't listen to me. Just
But it costs
go.
like
Find your
400
father.
million to
I have to
upgrade
go
like one
bury
fucking
mine.
thing.
You'd better leave before I change my mind about letting you go.
I knew you'd turn up sooner or later. Stop in the next. I'm not going out there. I don't care what the overseer says.
Oh, they won't chase you outside of the vault.
Oh yeah, people are chasing you. Yes,
Close the door.
you should go out the vault door. You're safe.
This was the amount of times I've played this game.
Stay back!
Yeah,
And they're going after Amata.
you still in the vault?
Watch out!
I'm at the door. Went to go leave until I turned around and seen they were attacking Amata.
Here we go.
Leave me
Kill them.
alone!
Kill them all.
.30 minutes and I have left the vault.
Oh, so slow.
Edit tag skills or edit special. Okay. Yeah, it's science, sneak, and speech.
If you want to get a house faster, you should do repair. I usually do guns, repair.
Get a
and-
house faster?
Yes.
I thought all you had to do was have a high science to fix the bomb.
No, I believe it was repair. I think it's high repair you need. Because you have to deactivate it. I'm pretty sure it's repair, not science. Because I know I usually go guns, repair. I usually don't go sneak, not yet, not that early in Fallout 3. I usually go guns, repair, and then either lockpick or science. When you go to town, also, depending on, I don't know what morality you're going with in this playthrough. Are you gonna go good or are you gonna go evil?
My own self usually always makes myself play good.
Okay. You've never done any of the 10 penny tower stuff?
Yeah, I have. That was a hard one. I've done both.
When you're dealing with the ghouls, do you ever let the ghouls in or do you just kill them?
I've done all three. I've killed the ghouls, let the ghouls in, and then convinced them to let them move in, and then they turn around and
Kill
killed
Mr.
a couple
Tenpenny?
of them. Yeah.
Always do the middle one, because it's the only way to get the ghoul mask. And then feral ghouls are no longer hostile to you.
You can get the ghoul mask if you let them in.
Yeah, but you want to do it the neutral way. If you let them in, you don't get the ghoul mask. It's only if you talk their way in, I think. I don't believe you get the ghoul mask if you just let them in.
You let them in because he gives it to you because he's like, if you don't wear this, they're gonna attack you too.
Remember there being a reason why you weren't supposed to do that.
Oh, I believe you.
Remember the neutral way. But yeah, because when you're in town right now, no matter which way you go with it, I would suggest, since you're not gonna go the 10, so you're saying you're not gonna go the 10 penny route?
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, if you don't go the 10 penny route, the order you want to do things is when you talk to Burke, get the module, go deactivate the bomb, go back, tell the sheriff that Burke tried to hire you, and then follow him up to the bar. Wait for him to try to arrest Burke. He'll start to walk away. Burke will shoot the sheriff, and then you can shoot Burke. And then you'll get the sheriff's gun, which is a Chinese assault rifle. It's the earliest one you can get in the game. And then you will get a silenced 10mm pistol off of Burke, which I think there's only 2 of in the game. You can
I
use.
usually always save the sheriff.
Oh, I'm just saying, if you want an early 10mm or Chinese assault rifle, which is
No, I'm not worried
the
about
best
it.
assault rifle in the game. So another easy
never
way to use
used
that
that.
is to. You never use it, dude. That's the best fucking early game, because you can go get ammo and another one. If you go to the place with the fire ants and you go in the boy's house, sitting on the shelf is another Chinese assault rifle with like 90 rounds for it or something like that. I always rush to go to do those 2 things because the Chinese assault
I
rifle
know my
is one of
rush
the
to
best
go
guns in the
get
game.
I know my rush to go get Lincoln's repeater.
Lincoln's repeater's okay, it's just slow. The DPS on the Chinese assault rifle is just fucking nuts. It's also got pretty good. Also got way better accuracy than the regular assault rifle. But the silenced pistol is really what you want, because there's only like 2 silenced guns in the whole fucking game, and it actually is silenced, so like it has less enemy detection.
Well, with that, I think I'm going to end the stream at 35 minutes because it is a perfect length stream. It's got a bunch of lore and it's got a bunch of back and forth, so I'm going to start the stream up again, but you know, I just want to make sure this is a good log.